name is Pastor Kenny Mukwena.
I am Pastor Tsepile Mukwena.
So in today's show, we are going to be talking about, teamwork, because ministry requires teamwork. So we will talk about, how we work and how it benefits our ministry, and just reflect on, the disadvantages of working alone, because in my view, it robs the church of a certain balance, that is necessary. So, with us, we run a very busy ministry, as you are aware. Our ministry is very, very hectic. We start every month with 5 days of prayer and fasting. So we start on a Monday all the way to Friday, and on a Friday we do a night of glory, which is an all-night prayer. And during the week, on Monday we have Blessed School of Ministry from 6 until around 9.
Yes.
And then the whole week we actually have prayer daily from 6 to 7, 1 hour prayer. And then on Wednesday we do spiritual growth class, and then we rest, try to in between have appointments with different leadership or members and stuff like that. So, Pastor Mam, what would you say are the key benefits from your point of view in the way we work, and taking into account the fact that there's a lot of people that are functioning, husband and wife, but you find that there is no balance in the way they function. Maybe the husband is more involved, the wife is maybe not involved or even involved, but on a very limited basis. Let's talk about that. What is your view on that?
I feel, God has given us different strengths as people. Where I'm strong, you find out you are weak. Where you are weak, you then strong. Find out I'm strong. You find out that you are good with, for instance, in our case, you are more of an administrator than the one that runs and make things happen. So when it comes to programs, drafting programs, making sure that the service is running smooth, you are the one that is responsible for it. But when it comes to me, I'm more of a runner than being administrative. So I'm like checking on whether the ushers are doing well, they have the things that they need, the uniforms, also maybe with the children's church, what the kids needs and need in each and every Sunday, or any other thing that has to do with my area, then I attend to that. So that it makes us to complement with each other. Where the other one cannot do, the other one can do. So in our case, it makes it easy for us to run smoothly without any hiccup.
But others would say, I don't need it to be my wife who does that.
Yes.
Anybody would do it. I can put a leader that does what you say. I want you to reflect a little bit on why is it important that it must be the mother of the house doing certain things, like the things that you reflected.
Like a home environment, you need a father and a mother. I mean, naturally it's like that. You cannot say you need a sister to perform a role of a mother. A mother is a natural, she's a caregiver. So the things that a mother does, a sister cannot do. So as much as in a home there's a father and mother, and also a church, you need a father and mother to perform
certain
those
functions.
tasks.
But for me, I've seen in the way we function that there's nobody who understand the vision of our church more than the two of us.
Yes.
I don't have any other person that I can speak the vision to more than I can speak to you, because we stay together. Yes. And what I've seen you do quite often is to always align everything that is done to the vision.
Yes.
And I think it takes not just someone who can instruct, but someone who
You live with.
yeah, and
Yeah,
who owns
like
the
you're-
vision,
yeah,
because you
yes,
really own
yeah.
the vision. And when you look out
Yes.
for the vision, there is one thing to do something on behalf of, but there is something else when you do
You own
when
it,
you
you
own the
protect
vision.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Of course, there are people that come in and they
Yes.
own the vision,
Yeah.
but it cannot be compared to the mother.
Yes.
And for me, one of the benefits that I've seen, especially in our church, of us working together. Of course, we're raised by a couple that work together.
Yes.
Where we come from, where we were raised, our pastors are so tight.
Yes.
Very, very tight. They do everything together. And we've seen over the years how that has benefited the ministry.
Yes.
So in our case, even the way we carry ourselves as a couple, we attract a whole lot of couples. Actually, the
Yes.
majority of our leaders is couples. I saw when we had a leadership, the last leadership session that we had the past
Yes.
weekend, there were just about three
Three,
that were
yeah,
not couples,
yes,
but the
yeah.
rest were couples.
Yes.
And it's not like when we appointed them, we said we specifically looking for couples.
Yes, yeah.
We just happen to be attracting couples. And I think
We have the grace for couples.
we have
I
the grace for
think.
couple,
Yeah,
but also because of the way we function.
Yes.
Couples come in and they settle in very nicely, and that helps our church to grow a lot, because even in the way we nurture the church, you look after the women.
women, you look after
I look
the
after the men, and then
and then
together,
together
we
we
look
look after
after
the couples.
after the
Yeah.
couples. So that brings a certain balance, which I see it lacking a lot in other ministries. As a matter of fact, what I've observed in other ministries, and this may be an isolated issue, but this is my observation, is that where the mother of the house is not involved,
Yeah.
the ladies are not active.
Yes.
If they're actives, it's just a handful of ladies that are actives. They don't get that confidence to become active. And I
Yeah.
think it also creates a little bit of how can I put it, an abnormality of some sort.
Yes.
Where you find that the pastor's wife is not active, but there is a certain woman in the church who is active. So it's like that woman takes the place of the
Yes.
mother. And I think that then creates a situation where the women don't really come out,
Yes.
because the women also need someone who sets the trend in the
Yeah,
church.
you-
It can't be another
yeah,
woman.
You are being an example to the other women.
Yes,
like
yes.
They look up to you. Yes.
And actually even the style that the mother of the house carry, you see
Yeah.
the other women carrying the same style.
Yes.
It's a certain form of identity, even where we come from. All you guys, I mean, you look like the mother of the house.
Yes,
You
yeah.
did things the way she did them.
Exactly.
So imagine if there is no mother in the house, then where do the women
Go to. And also they have like issues that are so private that only they can speak to another woman. They cannot share those things with a man. So when you are there as a mother, they are able to share those things with you, and
Yeah.
they are comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing I've also seen, about the way we function, and when I encourage someone, a couple out there where you're struggling to work together, maybe as a husband you don't see the need to work together with your partner. You feel you can run on your own. I've seen that, working together protects me as well.
Yes.
Because imagine, I remember there's a time where when we're still in our church but pastoring, there's a time where we went to pray for a certain couple,
Yes.
and we went together. But after that session, we were told, we don't know whether this is true or not, we were
Yeah.
told that the lady said that I went to pray for her in the bedroom. And it was a lie, because I went there with my wife.
Yes.
There was no time where we parted ways.
Exactly,
From
yeah.
the moment we got in up until the way we left, we were
Yes.
together. But the lady made that allegation. Can you imagine if you were
Yeah.
not there? How many accusations are made to
Exactly.
pastors who went innocently? Man of God, he
Yes.
went to pray
Alone. Yeah.
and then he left. He was in the lounge, and then when he
Yes.
has left, and then the woman says,
Exactly.
you went to pray
And
in the
some
bedroom.
women can set you up.
They do. They do.
They take off their clothes, they scream.
Yeah, your wife is not
yeah,
there. And
exactly.
it
Then,
looks
yeah.
it looks the part.
Uh-huh.
So I think us operating and functioning with our partners, It protects us like that.
Yes.
Imagine and this is especially to the young, you know, it's very important for you to understand these dynamics. A woman is not feeling well, she's in hospital. She calls, Pastor, I'm not feeling well. Come and pray for me.
Yes.
And then you don't, instead of you going with your wife, you run there alone. And then imagine a bed, so you're sitting on the bed, you are holding the hand of the lady to pray for her.
Yeah.
And then someone in the ward, like us, me and my wife were on TV, someone sees that, oh, that's Pastor Mkwena there, and then take a photo and put it on social media. I bumped into Pastor Mkwena today. Can you imagine how it looks? I'm praying for a beautiful lady. Innocently, I'm praying for her. I'm holding her hands to pray. But what does the picture communicate? But if my wife is sitting next to us, the picture will tell a different story.
Exactly.
So these are some of the dynamics that are very, very important. And as a man, never go to pray for a woman, even in a house, without your wife being there. As a matter of fact, the way we do it in our church, the needs of the women, they don't come to me, they come to her. But there are those that come to me. Each time they come to me, I will say, talk to mama. I send them to my wife, because that's how it's supposed to be.
And you are teaching them that the mother's role must be recognized.
Must be recognized.
You are teaching them that no.
You have a mother in the house. Yes.
Go to the mother.
And also I remember when we started pastoring, I was trying hard, to be friendly to everyone and so on. So when the ladies will come, open their arms wide, and then there's hugs and all that. And for me, I didn't say anything wrong like that, but there's a lot of wrong things, especially in the way we hug in church. Imagine you are a single man, you're not married, and then you hug anyhow. You can have a reputation in the church that
you are hugging.
You're hugging inappropriately. I've written a book titled Unveiling Jesus in the Tithe. The book is available in hard copy as well as in audio. I tell you, this book is loaded. Everything you need to know about the tithe is found in this book. In this book, I show you how the tithe is connected to Jesus. I also wrote another book titled Understanding Covenant and Inheritance. In this book, I talk about the three personalities when it comes to the law of inheritance, which is the executor, the testator, and the beneficiary. Everything that God does, He does it according to covenant. Everything is for covenant's sake. Get your copy today, and your life will never be the same again. So I think it's important that we, by having you, we get to be protected. Like I was saying, there was a time where you conscientized me that I must be careful about the way I'm hugging the people. And when I reflected back, I remember I looked at it and even felt a little bit bad, because you pointed to me the message that it will send to the other members. And from that moment moving forward, I became conscious. But imagine someone who does not have someone who's speaking to them like that, because we protect each other. It's not like you were jealous or anything. I didn't even feel like that. I felt like the person that I am, I don't, it's your responsibility to protect me so that we don't present a certain message to say, hey, your pastor now, we are Hakana, Mara pastor, So if you do not have your partner to help you see these things, another man, when they were warned like that, they become angry. So it's important for us to understand that our wives are here to help us. That is why I believe in teamwork. I believe that unless there are exceptional circumstances that makes the man to function alone, maybe a misfortune, the wife passed on, or they went through circumstances that resulted in them going apart or stuff like that. But to have the pastor and the pastor's wife there and the pastor's wife functioning, it robs the church. I feel it robs the church. And when you have both of them functioning, you have that balance, because the women are taken care of and the men are taken care of. So I'm a believer that before you get into ministry, especially if you are young and you are called, before you get into ministry, find a partner first. Don't rush, don't feel under pressure to start a ministry when you're still alone, because there are dynamics that are going to give you problems when you're out there. And we have seen it in ministries where the partners are not functioning alone. The ministries really struggle to grow. You go there, you find that it's more or less the same people that are there. There is no growth because there is no balance. You know, the other day we're talking about at the Blessed School of Ministry about a females functioning alone without a husband. It was a big topic.
Yeah, it was a big.
It was a big topic, and the reason why it's a big topic is because, well, the Apostle Paul speaks about this, but the practicality of it is that quite often in a ministry, which is, it's not like we are saying a woman cannot pastor alone.
Yes.
She can pastor alone and do well, but it always functions well when both the male and the female are pastoring together, with the men leading. And we've also seen ministries where is the wife is leading, the man is submitting to the wife. It always brings challenges.
Yeah, no, it's complicated.
It's complicated. It brings a lot of challenges, because how do you draw a line? Today, when you're at church, the husband is submitting. When you're at home, the wife is submitting. I've seen it as a problem, and there's a lot of divorces that flow from that. And we're not saying it cannot be done. Maybe it's done and it happens. But normally, what brings perfect balance is when the husband is the senior pastor, the wife plays a submission or a supporting role as a helper, because the wife never changes to be a helper. It never gets to a point where the husband becomes the helper.
Like, for instance, with us, we are both ordained as pastors.
As pastors,
but
yes.
I'm operating in my calling under, the leadership of my husband. So that's how it goes.
Yeah. And what I would want to advise couples who are young and they are in ministry, and the wife is more stronger than the women, than the husband. It's very important for the wife to become very, very, very wise. The church will always struggle when they feel like their husband is not leading. They are led by the wife. We've seen a lot of incidences which are like that. You find that the church actually rejects the mother because they feel like the mother is too much to the father. And yet you find that is the personality issue. So I would want to recommend that the wife that is stronger be so smart to run the ministry, even if she's the one running the ministry, but in submission, where there has to be rebuke, especially in the cases where you find that the husband is soft. It's not like us. The rebukes must still be brought through the husband, on a very limited extent, where you will find that the wife is the one that is out there and always
especially
bringing correction to the church.
Addressing
men.
the church when men are also sitting there. And they are older men there, they feel disrespected by you speaking over them. And where else you supposed to, behind the scenes, you talk to your husband, please address these issues and that. So it makes it easy for the church to receive the men when is the one that is rebuking the church other than the woman rebuking. Maybe when we are women, we're just talking, we have women sessions, then there are things that maybe you want to speak to the women.
The mother can always speak without limitations.
Yes, but when now you have to address all the men in the church, you need to be wise enough not to say certain things to them.
If this broadcast has been a blessing to you, please pray about becoming a partner with us. We are a ministry that focuses strictly on winning souls. We are doing so much right now to win souls. There are so many empty chairs in heaven that still needs to be filled. and your partnership will enable us to remain on this channel that you are watching. So if you want to be a partner with us, please send us your email address, send us also your name and your surname on the information that is on the screen right now, and we'll send you our partnership package, which includes my 2 books titled Unveiling Jesus in the Tithe, as well as Understanding Covenant and Inheritance. We will also send you our daily devotion on a daily basis, and more than that, we will pray for you every day, and you will be a partaker of everything that God is doing in our ministry. Let's fill all these empty chairs that are in heaven. You and I can do it before Jesus Christ returns. God bless you. So, but we wish you well. You must know that the grace of God is sufficient, is available for you.
Amen.
For as long as you stick together, you become best friends.
Yes.
You know, and you allow each other to function in your calling. You support and affirm each other.
Yes.
There is no reason why you cannot make it. But always remember, there's a lot of dynamics in the church when it comes to how to run a church as a couple. But we love you so much. We hope you enjoyed
Thank you for watching
the session. Yeah, so we're going to take a song from the Season of Glory album. We hope you enjoy it. God bless.
God bless.
Hello.